view my job as a service to students. AS is meant to assist the student and to give them information and to get their input on things so we can make change and just make the Bible experience the best for them.
It's a way to make sure that students are getting heard and to try and, you know, it sounds maybe cliche to like fight for our interests, but on some level, yeah, there's a little bit of that. And
all of our events pertain to helping students be able to love Biola more. Particularly, like dorm competitions are meant to have students feel like more unity. Midnight Madness is so that the students are better informed about basketball, and the basketball students are more excited about like being on the team and stuff. And so I definitely feel like everything that I do is a service to the students.
Yes, it is a service to the students on campus, especially for intramurals, just because students get to participate in intramurals, and it's there for their benefit.
We provide many services on multiple levels, social events, we have small groups, we have prayer meetings, we have outreach.
We really are here to inform them and to let them know what's going on campus, what's going on in the nation.
That's the purpose of AS, is to be there to serve the students. Whether the students have frustrations or concerns, you can take those frustrations and try to improve them. Administration of Biola really does a great job in interacting with AS and taking really what AS feels like the students want and bringing them to reality.
I enjoy knowing at the end of the year that all the work that myself and my staff has done is going to come out, and you know, 2,000–3,000 students are just gonna be blessed by the work that we put into the yearbook.
Teamwork is like the biggest part of AS. In my position, I work with 4 secretaries, and we work together as a team with the office staff. I also work really close with the ELT, helping to plan the retreats and the different events that are going on. And if there's not unity within that team, then it just doesn't work as well.
Yeah, AS is really based on kind of a team model, I think. And so in AS, like the services and Senate really work together as a big team. But then even within the services, we meet together weekly and really help each other out, give each other ideas. So it's cool to work in that team. But I also work in a smaller team, which is with my volunteer staff, that we really work on my department to get my events ready and to execute those events.
To just be there for students, to answer emails, answer phone calls. We also do a lot of working with the teams for SMU. We also do a lot of working with the Senate and taking minutes. So we are constantly working as a team and trying to understand how we can better serve together.
It's interesting working with the members of AS. They're all, there's lots of different personalities going on. It's a great experience building people skills, social skills. You know, there's even conflict, and you learn how to deal with conflict. You learn how to build better relationships.
I'm actually used to working by myself with a lot of things. Within AS, especially in the city, you can't do anything by yourself because you have to vote and you have to talk to other people and then get them to vote. Or just if I'm proposing something, I have to propose it in a way that everyone can agree with me and we work as a team to get that done. And I've really learned a lot about teamwork while I've been in AS. It has been really vital.
AS has really challenged me a lot to grow. It's just because I've been so placed out of my comfort zone in a lot of different areas. Not being by nature an administrative person, and learning that through my position, and then being able to grow into that and being able to grow into my administrative abilities and through leading a staff and through other venues.
I think that for me the biggest growth factor has just been doing my job. I think that being in a leadership position generally grows you. I think it's interesting because you're leading Biola, but sometimes I think that God works on the leader more than he works on the followers, and so God's really used this entire process these past 2 years to shape me and mold me and to help me realize where are my giftings and where is he taking me.
Training makes you get organized and makes you do things in a real precise way, and that's been really good for me, to be really precise about setting dates and about following through with events and to have precise ways that we kind of interact with our team and give reports to my superiors.
When I came in, I didn't know much about it, but I had to sit down with the previous senator, and she talked to me about the whole process. Then we went on the retreat that really helped us with training about AS and also personal, because we got to know people and we learned a lot about ourselves on that and throughout the year.
And spiritually, I feel like in AS, it wasn't just about the job of AS. It was also about growing spiritually in your walk with the Lord and understanding how that fits in with being a leader on campus and what Jesus calls us to as far as being leaders in the world. And so that was really important to me in training and just going through that process. Heck yeah! Yeah, it's fun.
It's just a fun job. I mean, you're a bunch of students, and that's everybody knows that, and it is a professional environment, and you are expected to do your best and to perform well, but it is a bunch of students, and you're gonna have fun, and everybody is gonna mess up, and when you mess up, it's sometimes very hilarious.
Is working in AS fun? Yeah, plain and simple. I mean, it has its challenges. It definitely has its challenges. But I mean, to go on, some of the retreats we've done, the activities we do, just the team building stuff we've done, it's all fun.
I love it so much. It's amazing. Like, it's not even a job to me. Like, it's just something I can do, hang out with all these amazing people, meet all these amazing people, and, get to know them and just be a part of their lives, which I totally appreciate.
Fusion happens. It's like this spectrum of fun and crazy all come together, and you're like, I'm doing what I love, and I'm getting a little bit of money to do it, and it's just so exciting. Woo!
Is working in AS fun? Yes and no. It's fun because of people, and it's not fun because it's a job. But I guess that depends on the day that you ask me. Right now it's not fun because we're cramming for deadlines and whatnot, but when you ask me, at the end of the year, I'm going to look back and it was a pretty sweet experience.
When in the world am I going to have an office with a door on it? Those things do sound kind of silly, but that is fun. And just I've discovered that I really like working with people. I'm a math major, and a lot of the jobs that I originally was thinking about were kind of like working at a desk with numbers and things. And this experience has made me realize I don't think I could do that for a job in life, because I need a job with this kind of personal interaction. It's just too fun to want to do anything else.
Well, as a secretary, as you know, we all sit at the front desk and we have people coming in all the time, students, and every once in a while we'll have somebody really important come in, like Dr. Cook. And I know you guys all know this, but just in normal conversation, when you talk about Dr. Cook, you normally don't say Dr. Cook, you normally call him Clyde. And so one time, Dr. Cook came into the office, and instead of calling him Dr. Cook, I called him Clyde to his face. And so, oh man, I think that was definitely a funny memory. Maybe not my favorite, but definitely embarrassing and totally fine. So make sure you call him Dr. Cook, not Clyde.
When Adam, the yearbook editor, put my stapler in Jell-O, like as a parody of The Office, because we've been making fun of, or parodying the TV show The Office all year, kind of the little joke, and he literally did one of those things from the show. And I walked in, and he and one of the secretaries said, "Can I have to do that?" And I turned around like, "What?" And he's right there with the camera taking pictures. There's probably more professional memories too.
I had a couple moments in chapel, actually, where I remember sitting there and just looking at the whole auditorium and saying, wow, this is so amazing that God has let me have an impact on all of these people. Like, God's let me choose chapel speakers and work with Run in the Chapel office, and that what I'm doing is affecting students and affecting their spiritual growth, and that God's going to use these speakers that I got a chance to bring to Biola to work on people's hearts and to grow them spiritually. And it's such a humbling kind of thought, but it's also just so amazing to realize how God uses us. And I think that those couple moments that I've just sat there in that realization has been my most memorable moments.
Had been spring retreat just a couple weeks ago, and we're at Eric LaPointe's Peacock Farm, and we were playing football, and Rob Johnson was quarterback, and the handsome Rob puts up a pass, about, I don't know, 30 something yards out. You know, I'm thinking he's not gonna pass me the ball if it's not catchable. So I go out and I like lay out for this ball. It was overthrown, like it was almost every time. And I lay out for this ball, and there was a boat that was kind of like off the sideline, and the what do you call it, like the propeller or something was right there. And I mean, when I dove, my head came within inches of being sliced open by this rudder
Of a boat.
Everybody, there's like 15 people playing football, and everybody's face was just white, and they just stood there, and they just looked at me like, oh my gosh, you almost died. And I'm just like, wow, I'm glad, you know, I didn't die.
That's sweet. Michael Martin and his crazy antics at meetings and stuff.
We had our staff retreat in the spring, and it was an overnight retreat.
At Eric LaPointe's house, the Peacock Farm, next to Target.
And I didn't stay overnight. And so I came back early the next morning in time for breakfast with everyone, and I pull up and I noticed that all of the cars from AS are gone. And so I'm thinking, did everyone go to Starbucks? Did they go to Denny's? Did I miss the memo? What's going on here?
And basically what happened was that we forgot that we can't park overnight there. And so I think, what was it, 6 cars got towed?
And they had to go and find the cars and then tow them.
You'd think that we'd have this planned out, but we're still students, you know? And it's just a lesson in life that we learn.
You know, if you're thinking about applying for AS, even thinking about it, I say go for it. You always want to put yourself in a position where you can be stretched, where you can really grow personally, and AS is the perfect job for that.
The people that you get to know, the experiences, the events you get to be a part of are just absolutely amazing. And it's definitely one of the biggest highlights of me being here at Binola.
For someone who's looking to go into AS, I would definitely say that it's a great experience if you feel you really want to make a difference and be a leader and learn a lot about how government is run or how school is run or just how to work with a team or a group. This is a great experience to do.
I think everybody should apply for AS, like everybody in the whole school.
Whether it's an AS or some other aspect, you need to get involved in campus. You need to get involved with Biola besides just taking classes and taking tests and even going to chapel. You need to, you know, it's going to bless you a lot to serve your fellow students.
Even if you feel any doubt or if you feel like you're inadequate in any way, come and apply. It's just such a wonderful time of growth in your life and a way to be involved and informed on campus.
I would say that it's a risk worth taking, at least applying. I don't think you'll have a regret if you are given a position on AS and you decide to work in AS. You'll love it, you'll have tons of fun, you'll make new friends, and I think you'll grow in a lot of different ways.
An incredible opportunity, it's really fun, and I mean, you'll grow a lot as a person, and even if you apply for AS and you don't get it, I think that process, because that happened to me, one time when I went for something in AS, I didn't get it, but it still was a great process to go through, so try anyway.
You know what? AS is super, and it's super duper, and you should definitely do it, because it's super, and you're super if you do it. So go for it. Super duper.